Hello friends, I'm Professor Vagmudi BR. Today we will discuss the topic on role of plant nutrients in crop production, importance of manures and the fertilizers and its classification. As we discuss in this topic, that is regarding the classification of the major and the minor nutrients and then their roles, especially in the as plant nutrients role in crop production. Uh, we can see the first one, that is role of plant nutrients in crop production. It is a major nutrient, that is first nitrogen. Nitrogen is an integral part of the chlorophyll and enzymes essential for plant growth, and it is essential constituent of the amino acids and the proteins, and it promotes vegetative growth and gives dark color to the plant, and it increases the CAC, that is cation exchange capacity of the roots. This is the major role of especially nitrogen. Gives the or increases the chlorophyll content, and also in synthesis of the enzymes, and then also amino acids and proteins, and increases the growth, and especially the gives dark color of the plants. Next one, that is number 2, the phosphorus. Phosphorus is an essential constituent of nucleic acid, phospholipids and the enzymes. It is an important constituent of sugar phosphates. Then it is required for the ATP synthesis, which is important for photosynthesis and the respiration. It stimulates the root development, increases the number of tillers, then gives strength to the straw, hence the prevent the lodging, and it hastens the to prevent the or increases the disease resistance and improves the quality and the yield of the grains. This is the major role of phosphorus. Next one, that is the potassium, that is number 3. It is an activator of several enzymes involving this carbohydrate and the nucleic acid metabolism, and it plays an important role in the osmotic regulation and helps in maintaining the plant turgor. Then it is important for the synthesis of high energy phosphate molecules, that is ATP, and the increases the plant resistance to moisture stress. Also helps to produce the plants against pest and disease resistance, and also the maintaining the opening and closing of the stomata. This is the major role of potassium. Next, number 4, that is calcium. It is involved in the maintenance of cellular organization. Then it increases the stiffness of the straw and promotes the growth and root development, and it also plays an important role in the development of phosphoric acid, and also encourages the seed production. And next, number 5, that is magnesium. It is only the mineral. It is an important constituent of chlorophyll. It plays a role in the synthesis of chlorophyll or photosynthesis, and is essential part which is will be integrated or integral part of the chlorophyll, that is called as pyrophoric ring. The nitrogen present in the center, and the side by the magnesium, that is the important role, especially for the chlorophyll and the photosynthesis. Next one, the sulfur. It is an essential constituent of the enzymes. It is integral part of the essential amino acids, and it is an important constituent of glutathione, which helps in the respiration and synthesis of the essential oils. The oils are mostly highly response to the sulfur element. Then iron, it is not a constituent of chlorophyll, but it involved in the synthesis of chlorophyll. It plays a catalytic role in the enzyme activity. Then it is involved in the synthesis of carbohydrate. Then it is also involved in the nitrogen fixation. Then next one, that is manganese. It is an activator of many enzymes. It is important for the photosynthesis, then acts as a catalyst in the oxidation reduction in the plant, and also helps in the nitrogen metabolism. Next one, the copper. It is a constituent of several enzymes, also involved in the carbon assimilation. Then zinc. It is constituent of number of the enzymes. It is believed to promote RNA synthesis, which is needed for protein synthesis, and it promotes seed maturation and the formation. And the next one, that is molybdenum. It is a component of enzyme. It is essential for nitrogen fixing organisms, and it is a constituent part of the enzymes, that is for the nitrogen reductase. Then boron. It is essential for the cell division and development, then important for cell maturation, and also the important or integral part of the pollen tube development. Next one, the chloride. It is considered as important for photosynthesis process, or it contributes to turgor in the leaves and the other plant parts. Then cobalt. It is required for bacteria, especially for the during atmospheric nitrogen fixation, especially for legume and non-legumes, and it is a structural component of the vitamin B12. Next one, the importance of manures. It helps to add the organic matter into the soil. It supplies the essential nutrients to the crops. Then also helps for binding the soil particles and increases the microbial activity of the soil. Also, it helps to increases the biological regulation of the soil, and also the organic carbon percentage in soil. Then increases water holding capacity. Then improve soil porosity. Then improve the better aggregation or the better aggregate stability, and better aeration in the soil, and maintain thermal properties of soil, and also helps to reduce the soil erosion. These are the importance of manures. Next one, there is classification of manures. As the manure, it is a well decomposed refuse from the stubble and barnyards, including both animal excrete and the straw or other litter, which is used for as a source of the manures, which will be collected and deposited in a pit, and after several days or some 86 to 100 days, the manures are ready for application. That is well decomposed refuse. Then manures are classified uh, accordingly. That is first one, organic manures. These are the manures which are bulky in nature and supply nutrients in small quantities and organic matter in the larger quantities. This is called as the organic manures. The natural and organic manures are the two types of the there are two types of the organic manure, that is bulky organic manures and the concentrated organic manures. As the bulky organic manures, these are the manures which are bulky in nature and supply land nutrient in less small quantities, and the organic matter in the larger quantity. These are the farm add manure, compost, night soil, then sheep and manures, and the green manures are the classified under the bulky manures. Then concentrated organic manures, these are the manures which are organic in nature and contain high percentage of the major plant nutrient like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, as compared to the bulky organic manures. And these manures are classified as uh, uh, the non-edible, or the first one as a plant origin, it is called as oil cakes. It is non-edible and edible oil cakes. In case of non-edible oil cake, that is castor cake, then cotton seed cake, then mohua cake, then currant cake, neem cake, then safflower cake are the examples of the non-edible oil cakes. And the edible oil cakes, these are the oil cakes which are used as a manure as well as cattle feed. That is coconut cake, cotton seed cake, then linseed cake, Niger cake, safflower, then groundnut, then sesame oil cake are used as are the examples of edible oil cakes. Then that is second type, the manures of animal origin. Various types of animal origin manures are that is blood meal, then fish meal, then bone meal. These are the examples of manures of animal origin. And the next one, that is classification of fertilizers. As fertilizers, the concept or definition is that is any natural or manufactured material that is in the dry or liquid form to apply in the soil in order to supply the one or more plant nutrients. It is called as fertilizers. The classification of fertilizers, that is first one, straight fertilizer. These fertilizers which contain only one major plant nutrient are termed as the straight fertilizer. For example, urea, ammonium sulfate, then superphosphate, then MOP, that is muriate of potash. Then in that is first one, straight fertilizer again divided into different types. That is first one, nitrogenous fertilizer. These are they are classified into four groups, that is nitrate, ammonium, then nitrate, ammonium, and the amide. In case of the nitrate, examples, that is sodium nitrate and calcium nitrate. In ammonium fertilizer, that is ammonium sulfate, anhydrous ammonia, the ammonium chloride. Then nitrate and ammonium, that is ammonium sulfate nitrate, then calcium ammonium nitrate, then ammonium nitrate. And the amide form, that is urea, then urea supergranules, then sulfur coated urea, and neem coated urea. Next one, that is potassic fertilizers, sorry, phosphatic fertilizer. They are classified in three groups. That is phosphatic fertilizer containing water soluble phosphatic acid, then phosphatic fertilizers containing citric acid soluble phosphoric acid, then phosphatic fertilizer neither readily soluble in water or nor in the citric acid. That is first one, water soluble phosphatic fertilizer, that is single superphosphate, then double superphosphate, then triple superphosphate. And in case of the citric acid soluble phosphatic acid fertilizer, that is B6 like dicalcium phosphate, then Remnia phosphate. And in case of the phosphatic fertilizer uh, insoluble in water and the citric acid, that is rock phosphate, then raw bone meal, then steam bone meal. These are the classification of phosphatic fertilizer. That is third one, that is potassic fertilizer. They are classified into two groups, as the first one, that is fertilizers having potassium chloride form, and the second one, that is non-chloride form. In case of potassium chloride form, muriate of potash or potassium chloride, this is a example of potassium fertilizer in chloride form, and this is suitable for all crops except where no chloride is desired in the fertilizer. It is most common and cheap fertilizer among the potassium fertilizer, and this is not recommended for sugarcane, potato, and the grapes as well as the tomato. Then fertilizers having potassium non-chloride form, that is sulfate of potash, then potassium nitrate. The sulfate of potash is most suitable for the potato, tomato, tobacco, grapes, in which the quality of the produce is an important as a total yield per hectare, while the potassium nitrate is mainly used for fruits and the vegetable crops. But MOP or the muriate of potash is not recommended because the potassium content is in the muriate of potash, that is in chloride form, which is not suitable for the, especially in potato, then tomato, tobacco, and the grapes. In the next group, that is complex or compound fertilizer, means these fertilizers contains two or more major or main plant nutrients, especially in the primary nutrient in chemical combinations. They are generally granular in form, and its unit nutrient cost is lower than that of the conventional fertilizer. And they are broadly grouped into three types, that is ammonium phosphate, nitrophosphate, then NPK complex fertilizer. In ammonium phosphate, these fertilizers contain ammonia and the phosphate radicals in varying proportion. For example, ammonium phosphate sulfate, diammonium phosphate, then ammonium phosphate sulfate nitrate, and the urea ammonium phosphate. The second one, the nitrophosphate, that is they are prepared by the acidulation of the rock phosphate and the ammoniation of the resultant slurry. If needed, slurry is combined with the potassium salt. And the NPK complex fertilizer, these are several grades of these fertilizers are produced in India, which is varying with the NPK composition, that is 10, 26, 26, 19, 19, 19, 15, 15, 15. These are example of NPK complex fertilizer. Next, that is other examples of the complex compound fertilizer, that is ammonium, monoammonium phosphate, diammonium phosphate, the potassium nitrate, the ammonium phosphate, sulfate phosphate, then ammonium nitrate phosphate, then nitrophosphate, ammonium potassium phosphate, then PEC nitrophosphate, then ODDA phosphate are the examples of complex compound fertilizers. Next type, that is third one, fertilizer mixture or mixed fertilizer. When the more or two or more state fertilizers are physically mixed manually or mechanically, either by manually or mechanically, together to supply two or three major elements, that is the NPK. They are known as fertilizer mixture or the mixed fertilizer, and there is no chemical combination of the nutrients, and they are prepared in the farm itself for this specific crop. That is, preparation of fertilizer mixture requires great care and adequate knowledge about the chemistry of the ingredient used, and this will be avoid uneven mixing of the incompatible fertilizers causing the nutrient loss in the form of gases and the conversion of the soluble nutrients into insoluble forms, making the uh, or caking most of the times, caking of the materials, and the following materials should not be mixed and used for making of the mixed fertilizer, that is ammonium sulfate, ammonium chloride, then other ammonium fertilizers, and the nitrogenous organic manures with lime, then sodium nitrate and the or potassium nitrate with superphosphate, and ammonium sulfate nitrate with lime, and urea with the ammonium or urea with the superphosphate, and superphosphate with lime or calcium carbonate or the wood ashes. The bone meal sulfate of potash and the muriate of potash can be mixed with all fertilizers. These are the ideal fertilizer which can be used for the mixing of any fertilizers. That is, in between it may be single superphosphate, or it may be in the ammonium chloride, or it may be in the other fertilizers. These are the ideal examples which can be used as a mixing of the any other fertilizers. And next one, the micronutrient. These are the chemicals which supply the elements required by the plants in very small quantity, that is in ppm, that is called as micronutrient, and these are supplied through the following chemicals or the materials, that is example copper sulfate, zinc sulfate, borax or sodium borate, and magnesium sulfate, then sodium molybdate, then ammonium molybdate, then ferrous sulfate are the examples of micronutrient. Then fifth one, soil amendments. The soil amendments are the substance that influence the plant growth favorable by producing in the soil or soil in one or more of the beneficial effects. That is, first one, changing of the soil reaction or the pH, that is making the soil less acidic or less alkaline. In changing the plant nutrients in soil from unavailable to available form, and third one, that is improve the physical condition of the soil. That's the major role of soil amendments, that is to change the pH, to change the plant nutrients, that is unavailable to available, and improve the physical condition of the soil. Then types of soil amendments, the materials for correcting acidic soil, for example limestone, burnt lime, then slag lime, then pressed mud are used for the correcting the acidic soil. Then material for correcting alkaline soil, that is gypsum, sulfur, iron sulfate, iron pyrite, which can be used for the correcting or reclamation of the alkali soils. The soil aggregation agents or the soil conditioners, the concept of the soil conditioner are the material which are added to improve or maintain physical condition of the soil. For example, crop residues, manures, organic substance are used as a soil conditioner for the especially improving the physical condition of soil. Then other are vinylide, then polyvinyl, then polyacrylate, then cellulose gums, then lignins derivatives, and the silicates are the also the examples of soil conditioners, are especially used for preserving the soil against deterioration or the loss. Next one, this number 6, that is biofertilizer. The term biofertilizer or the microbial inoculant may be defined as the preparation containing the live latent or the live latent cells of efficient strains of the nitrogen fixing, phosphate solubilizing of the cellulosic microorganisms. These are the concept, the definition of biofertilizer, and these are used for the application of the seed or soil or decomposing areas to increase the number of such certain microbial process to be make the nutrients in the available form to the plants. They are cost effective, eco-friendly, and renewable source of the plant nutrient to supplement the chemical fertilizers. And the microorganism species such as Rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azospirillum, blue-green algae, that is BGA, and the Azolla are being used in the large scale as a nitrogen fixing microbial inoculant in agriculture. Then following are the some bioagents, that is Rhizobium, Azotobacter, Azospirillum, the Benjeringia, then Acidobacter, then Azolla, then Anabena, then PGA, then phosphate solubilizing bacteria, that is PHB. These are the photographs of the Rhizobium, then Azospirillum, then Azotobacter, Acidobacter, then Azolla are the ideal or popular biofertilizers are used for legume and non-legume crops. Next one, this is the today's topic about role of plant nutrients, then their types, classification, then importance of manures and fertilizers uh, uh, okay, thank you.